Hi, Mike Rosen here, your neighbor at Winset, Unit 52. I make another video in my series of videos on topics of interest to co-owners at Winset. I hope you watch it. I hope you visit my YouTube channel. I'll put a link to it at the bottom in the description of this video. You should visit my website, winset.mikerosen.org. Call me anytime, 248-763-9103, or email me, email@mikerosen.org. Okay, this video is occasioned by a letter I got today. You probably got one from the board, dated July 17th, and it discusses the expression amenities as it occurs in our governing documents. And I'm going to read you what they say. I'm going to tell you that it's wrong. It's 180 degrees wrong what they say. I'll show you the original source material for you to be your own judge, and then we'll see what that means. Here's what they say. There are no amenities at Winset. Never have been any amenities here at Winset. Amenities are such things as swimming pools and clubhouses, fitness centers, doormen, concierge services, etc. Amenities are not kitchens, bathrooms, garages, or grass. And you can add to that list courtyards, skylights, fireplaces, driveways, etc. All right, that's wrong, 180 degrees wrong. Amenities are those things, and I'm going to show that to you. We're going to look at Article 8 of the Master Deed here at Winset. And it's entitled, this section is entitled Enlargement of Condominium. And of course, Winset was built in phases. There were 5 phases. First there were 18 units, then 28, 39, 44, and ultimately 55. And each time it was enlarged, there was a new deed drawn up, which is necessary because there's new common elements, and of course the percentages of value have to change since it's going to be distributed over more units. So in Article 8, the developer explains how he's going to do that, and that's where we find the word amenities. Here's exactly what he says. Such readjustments shall reflect a continuing reasonable relationship among percentages of value based upon relative size and amenities of various units. It seems to me it couldn't be more clear that the word amenities occurs in the context of amenities connected to your unit, your bathrooms, garages, number of bedrooms, fireplaces, basements, etc. The exact opposite of what the board just told you. I think you should be disappointed and dismayed by that news. If you want to have an intelligent debate about how we should govern our association, and you're being deceived, intentionally deceived by the board, I think they lose the benefit of the doubt. You know, you either do it fair and we discuss it like adults, or you try to hoodwink me. I don't think I really need to listen to any part of your argument once you've done that. That's my feeling. While I've got Article 8 open, I want to point out something important about how these percentages of value table were developed. First, there's the take it or leave it aspect. The precise determination of the readjustments in percentages of value shall be within the sole judgment of the developer. Later on, he says, by the way, that if you buy here, you've unanimously and irrevocably consented to the table of the percentages of value table that's in the deed, irrevocably. However, though, during this period of enlargement, he says, while it's in the sole development of the developer, the sole judgment of the developer, such readjustments shall be approved by the Michigan Department of Commerce. You know, the truth is, people were watching this very carefully over the history of the development of this percentages table. If you moved in during the first phase, when there were only 18 units, 2/3 of the place hadn't been built. You were buying into something where you didn't know what the final configuration was going to be, what the common elements were going to be, if they were going to be finished, what your percentage of value was going to be. So you wanted some assurances that you weren't going to get hosed ultimately. And that's why the Department of Commerce was watching, and also why bank lenders who had mortgages on those properties were watching, and the current co-owners, and the people that were going to move in during the second and third phases of development as well. There's an opportunity for mischief. You see, a developer could decide to build a building and keep it and rent it out and say, you know, I think I'll just lowball my percentages here. So while I own them, I'll pay a lower percentage for the maintenance. Or he could build a unit, a nice fancy one for his wife or his girlfriend, and say, and I'm going to engineer the table so that you have low percentage for maintenance expenses perpetually. And that would be to the damage of all the co-owners. So people are watching. The man said he was going to use the amenities of the various units, and the middle paragraph of this letter is nonsense. This isn't the first time the board has done that. If you want to see letters I have from them when we were discussing the assessments that were in effect, the improper assessments from 2016 to 2018, I'll show you equally false and or misleading statements. Well, anyway, I'm going to end it here. I think that you should vote no. I think there's other things to dislike in this round of bylaw amendments. I don't think there should be a rental cap. You know, it's your property. If for your circumstances, if you want to rent it for a while you think about something else to do, or you join the Peace Corps, you should be able to do it. I don't like the idea of being forced to buy insurance that I don't need. I think people should insure their possessions according to their own lights and the amount of risk that they're willing to tolerate. I definitely don't want Jim Benally picking out insurance policies for me. A lot of reasons to dislike these, a lot of reasons to start thinking about cleaning house. I think I'll make a couple other videos. I got some information about gutters, $50,000 down the drain, about their claims about how out of date our bylaws in. It's really just Emperor Benally not doing what the bylaws instruct them to do, which is to administer the affairs. That's clerk type work. Hire a guy to plow the snow, not remake this in their own to their own images. Okay, that's all I have to say. Contact me. Bye-bye.